Oh my god, guys, Amazon has got new support and I'm so happy about it! It's nothing too insane, but to me it means really a lot because Amazon S were so garbage for so long. Before we get into the discussion about the new cards, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's literally free for you and it would mean so much to me. Without any further ado, let's get into the new cards. First of all, we have Amazon S Kaiserin, a level 10 Earth Warrior fusion monster with 3200 attack and 2800 defense. Its fusion materials are 1 Amazon S fusion monster plus 1 Amazon S monster. Its effect reads: you can only use first effect of this card's name once per turn. First, if this card is fusion summoned, you can special summon 1 Amazon S monster from your deck. Second, your opponent cannot target other Amazon S monsters you control with card effects, also they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And third, if this card is fusion summoned by using Amazon S Queen and/or Amazon S Empress as material, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. If you know nothing about Amazon S, this might look like a crappy card to you. They are a deck focused around making untargetable indestructible monsters by battle or by card effects. If this was an older card, it would be insanely hard to make due to requiring an Amazon S fusion monster, which is a chore to get onto the field as it is. But since we are getting the new fusion support in this set, this card will be so much easier to make and you'll make some incredibly tough boards. When we are done with the review, I'll show you the combos. Moving on to the next monster, we have Amazon S King Liger, a level 9 Earth Beast fusion effect monster with 2900 attack and 2800 defense. Its fusion materials are 1 level 5 or higher Amazon S monster and 1 Amazon S monster. Its effect reads: you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First, monsters your opponent controls cannot attack monsters except this one. And second, you can target 1 Amazon S card you control and 1 warrior Amazon S monster in your graveyard. Destroy the first target, and if you do, special summon the second target from your graveyard. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. If you get 2 of these onto the field, you establish the old school marauding lock, which is not the most amazing thing nowadays. The second effect could be decent for removal if you're going second and trying to break boards, but this is really nothing to write home about, as are the other tigers in the deck. Except you, baby tiger, I love you so much. Next up is Amazon S Shaman, a level 2 Earth Warrior effect monster with 800 attack and 1800 defense. Its effect reads: you can use first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target 1 Amazon S card you control, except Amazon S Shaman. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Amazon S monster. Also return the target to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. And second, if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. This is probably the second best card released, and we are finally getting a polymerization searcher in Amazon S. Way back when we were playing Fusion Recycling Plant, and you can still do that as well. You can search or send Shaman to the graveyard with Amazon S call, then you can just bounce your Pendulum Scales, yes, you heard me, Pendulum Scales, or your field spell, and then special summon it and add a polymerization from deck to your hand. It's easy to special summon, it searches polymerization, it's a fusion material, what more can you ask for? It's certainly better to play than Amazon S Blowpiper. Moving on to the Pendulum Scales, we have Amazon S Golden Whipmaster, a level 5 Earth Warrior Pendulum effect monster with 2000 attack and 1200 defense. It has a Pendulum Scale 01 and a Pendulum effect which reads: you can only use second Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. First, Amazon S monsters you control gain attack equal to their level times 100. Second, when an attack is declared involving your Amazon S monster, you can target 1 spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Its monster effect reads: you can only use first and second monster effect of this card's name each once per turn. First, if this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Second, if an Amazon S monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. First, let's talk about the pendulum effects. The attack boost is neat, but that does mean that you will not be crashing your Amazon S Sword Woman into something to deal damage to your opponent. You will, however, with this new build have more beefier monsters to contend with your opponent. The second pendulum effect with spell trap popping is neat, but the fact that it's once per turn isn't the greatest thing in the world. As for the monster effects, if it gets destroyed on the field, you can place it in your Pendulum Scale, which is neat, but if you use it as fusion material from your hand, it will be in the graveyard when the fusion monster is summoned, which means that you can place it in your scale anyways. Next up is Amazon S Silver Sword Master, level 3 Earth Warrior Pendulum effect monster with 1200 attack and 2000 defense. Its Pendulum Scale is 7 and its Pendulum effect reads: you can only use the second Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. First, Amazon S monsters you control gain attack equal to their level times 100. And second, When an attack is declared involving your Amazoness monster, you can target one Amazoness spell trap in your graveyard added to your hand. And the monster effects are the same as the previous Pendulum monster. Scale effects on this Pendulum monster seem more effective than the previous one. Because most of your Amazoness spells are quick plays, you will be able to add them during the battle phase and use them immediately. This allows for extra extension and easier OTKs if you're going for game. And it doesn't hurt that the last card revealed is a quick play spell card. Amazoness Secret Technique is a quick play spell card which reads: you can only use first and second effect of this card's name once per turn and only once that turn. First, fusion summon one Amazoness monster fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. And second, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Once, if you fusion summon an Amazoness fusion monster this turn, you can also send one Amazoness monster from your extra deck to the graveyard as material. First of all, this card is very easily accessible. You can search it with your princess, which you can search with your Amazoness call. So, provided that you are playing 3 copies of Amazoness Secret Technique, you have 9 copies of this card. It allows you easy access into Amazoness Empress, and you can also banish it from the graveyard and use polymerization with just one monster in your hand or field and another Empress in your extra deck in order to go into Amazoness Kaiserin. The Amazoness Kaiserin will then be summoned and be able to special summon a queen from your deck, and you basically have 3 big tower-like monsters on your field. Now yes, there's no interruption, there's just 3 big dudes that are untargetable, indestructible and everything, but that's just what Amazoness does, and it finally can do it good. And I'm so relieved that we do not have to play the other crappy Amazoness monsters anyways. Without further ado, let's get into the combo section so I can actually show you what this deck can do. So let's say this is your opening hand, but it doesn't have to necessarily contain these 3 exact cards, because you just need to add the secret techniques and the polymerization from the deck to your hand. But let's say we have opened like this, so we can use the effect of Princess. Using the effect of Princess, we can add the secret techniques to our hand. Then we can scale our Pendulum monster using the effect of Shaman. We can bounce it back to special summon the Shaman, and then we can use the effect of Shaman to add a polymerization. From here on out, we can use the effect of Secret Technique fusing the Princess on the field and Swordmaster in our hand in order to go into the Empress, because Princess is treated as Queen. And because we summoned the Empress, we can scale back the Swordmaster. But any Pendulum works in this scenario. From here on out, we can banish the Secret Techniques, and then we can use the polymerization to fuse our Shaman with our Empress in the extra deck to go into Kaiserin. Then Kaiserin will trigger special summoning the Queen from our deck. So Queen says that Amazoness monsters we control cannot be destroyed by battle. Kaiserin says that other Amazoness monsters we control cannot be targeted by card effects or destroyed by card effects, and Empress says that all of our Amazoness monsters inflict piercing damage and cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So basically, Kaiserin is indestructible by battle or card effects, protected by Empress and Queen. All of these 3 are protected by battle with Queen's effects, and also Kaiserin prevents your opponent from targeting Empress and Queen. This is basically your combo, but if you have your scales, each of them gain 100 attack per level, which puts Kaiserin at 4200, Empress at 3600, and Queen at 3000 even. Now I just built a sample deck to see how consistent the strategy is, and let's just test it out to see how good it is. So we can use the fusion deployment by revealing the Empress to special summon Queen from our deck. Now this is just a sample build that I threw together to test the consistency, so it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it should work fine. From here on out, we can use the secret technique fusing the Queen with the Swordmaster to go into our Empress, and then we can use the effect of Swordmaster because the Empress was summoned to scale it back. From here on out, we can use the effect of Fusion Recycling Plant, and with the Fusion Recycling Plant we can discard the Swordswoman to add a polymerization from our deck to our hand. And next we can use the effect of polymerization fusing the Empress with anything in our extra deck to go into Kaiserin. And from here on out we can use the effect of Kaiserin to special summon from our deck the Princess. Because we haven't used the effect of Princess yet, we can use the effect of Princess to add the Willpower. And then we can set the Willpower, and on our opponent's turn we can special summon back the Empress. So we have the battle protection and the targeting protection, and also we can use the effect of fusion recycling plant, adding back the queen from our graveyard to our hand. Let's try another one. This hand seems a bit better, I guess. Let's start off by using Amazoness Call. With the Amazoness Call, we can pick up our princess. From here on out, we can normal summon the princess. Using the effect of princess, we can pick up the secret technique, pardon me. Then we can, let's say, activate the fusion recycling plant. Using the effect of fusion recycling plant, we can discard the shaman. Then we can add a polymerization from our deck to our hand. Since we drew another one, this doesn't work as well. We can use the effect of shaman, bouncing back the fusion recycling plant to special summon it. We could have searched the third polymerization here, but I'm not playing 3 with this particular build. You could, but I don't see the point really. From here on out, we can use the effect of secret technique, using the queen and the shaman, let's say, to go into our empress. Then we can banish the secret technique using the polymerization. We can make the Kaiserine, and then the Kaiserine can special summon a queen from the deck. It doesn't have to be queen. Honestly, you could summon the baby tiger, or you could summon any of the pendulums or whatever, but yeah, let's just say we went for the queen. So it's exactly the same board as before. Let's try another one. Now, this particular hand, I think also does it incredibly enough. So, fusion deployment will special summon the queen from the deck. Then we can use the terraforming in order to add a fusion recycling plant. We can activate the fusion recycling plant, then using the princess we can add, let's say, Amazoness Call, because we won't be using it anyways. We can use the Amazoness Call then to search our secret techniques. We can then use the effect of fusion recycling plant, discarding the Whipmaster in order to add a polymerization. And it's same old, same old. We can use the effect of secret techniques, sending the Whipmaster and let's say the princess in order to go into the empress. Then we can activate the effect of one of our scales to set it onto the field, banish the secret techniques from our graveyard. Using the polymerization, we can go with queen and any of other fusions into the Kaiserine, and then the Kaiserine will be able to special summon from the deck the queen. Also, in the end phase, because we have fusion recycling plant on the field, we can add back the princess. To have follow-up for the next turn, we have Amazoness Call to make our Kaiserine be able to attack all of our opponent's monster, and we have some big girls on the field. That's it for the combos, guys. I hope you pick up Amazoness because it's a really fun rogue deck to play around with, and if you enjoy big monsters, look no further than Amazoness. Thanks for watching. If you got this far into the video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. Maybe even leave a comment letting me know how I did. I hope to make more great videos in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!